Welcome to Shoestring Radio Theatre. We now present Transmission Unknown, an original radio play by Charles M. Kline. It was directed by Alan Caylow and produced by Monica Sullivan in San Francisco.
I have to tell this story because you, dear listener, must know the facts of what happened. I'm sure you've heard that familiar expression that there are worse things than death. Well, I know that to be true. My name is William Harris. I'm 42 years old, a lifelong bachelor and political columnist for the Chicago Tribune. Let it also be known that I'm a perfectly sound and well-balanced individual. Or at least I was, until I heard the transmissions on the radio. Just a few hours ago, I was leaving Washington, where I'd spent the past 3 days covering a series of congressional debates and looking forward to the long, all-night drive back to the four-wall box I dumped $2,000 into every month. I'd barely gotten on the George Washington Parkway, heading north, when my phone started ringing.
Hello?
Harris, I've been trying to call you all day. Didn't you get any of my messages?
You called? Must have been a bad signal or something.
Cut the bull, Harris. Where's my write-up for tomorrow?
When did you check your email last?
Lunch, I think.
Well, maybe if you checked it more often,
Did you send the damn thing or not?
an hour ago.
Thanks. If you saw my inbox, then you wouldn't check it either.
As a matter of fact, I did. Last week.
What do you mean?
You left your computer unlocked during lunch, so I drafted an email to the Dear Annie columnist regarding the wearing of your wife's clothing.
If you did, so help me. You'll be lucky if you're writing greeting cards after I'm through with you.
I didn't actually send it, although I was tempted.
Lucky for you. Now, when are you getting back?
Late tomorrow morning. Why?
I've got a story I need you to cover in Waukegan the day after.
Sure, no problem.
For a long while after the call ended, I was left with the silence that comes with driving solo, of navigating the long stretches of interstate and dark country road that lay between Washington and Chicago with only my thoughts. I was in Maryland, heading westbound on I-70 towards Hagerstown, when I decided to turn on the radio. I began flipping through FM and AM stations, hearing nothing at first, and was beginning to think the receiver had somehow broken, or that I'd hit a dead spot somewhere. But then, I heard something.
Anybody?
For a while, I chalked it up to imagination, something created in the mind to keep me alert through this sleep-starved night. I heard nothing for the next hour and was beginning to settle into a more relaxed driving posture when it came back, right as I entered West Virginia on I-68 West.
Hello? Can anybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. My name's Harris. Will Harris. Can you hear me?
Help me, please.
Are you in some kind of trouble? An accident, maybe?
Yes. Please, help.
Hello? Hello? Answer if you can hear me.
The crackling radio had gone silent once again. I'd only been on the road a couple of hours, and it already seemed as though I were beginning to go a little crazy. After all, what kind of grown man talks to his radio and has it answer back? The nut house kind. Was I really so lonely? I pondered this and similar questions over the next couple of hours, hoping to hear that voice again, and got my wish just coming off the Pennsylvania Turnpike.
So cold. So cold.
I was so startled at the young woman's voice that I nearly ran into one of the concrete construction barriers flanking both sides of the turnpike. It was so haunting and surreal, yet so helpless. No, it couldn't be my imagination. Fanciful speculations and other ballyhoo were for the tabloids, whereas I dealt in fact. Therefore, I decided to investigate the matter and see it to some conclusion, if only for sanity's sake. I continued on, hour after lonesome hour, crossing the Ohio state line on 470 West at about 1 in the morning, and noticing that I was down to a quarter tank of gas when the transmission returned, stronger than ever.
Oh. Please, come. I need your help.
Where are you?
You have to hurry.
I need to know where you are so I can find you. What's your name?
Jenny.
Okay. Listen, Jenny. Is there anything you can tell me about where you are? I need details of state, town, city, an address, or landmark. Anything you can think of.
It's dark. Very dark. I can't move.
That's good. What else?
I don't know. I just want out. Get me out.
You've got to calm down. Now, I'm heading west on Interstate 70 and crossed the Ohio state line about half an hour ago. You must have some idea.
Yes, I'm in Ohio, in the dark. The cold, in a place called...
Jenny! Jenny, are you there?
Zanesville. 153B in Zanesville. 153.
According to the next sign I passed, Zanesville was 20 miles away. I pushed down on the accelerator, getting the car up to 80 before it started raining. I eased up off the gas, letting the car coast until I felt I was no longer in danger of hydroplaning and would reach the exit soon enough. Then I saw my gas light come on and hoped there would be a station close by.
You have to find me. I don't want to die.
Where am I going once I exit off? Give me a lead.
You'll see. Gas station, 3rd row, 17. 3rd row, marker 17.
Jenny, what does that mean? Jenny!
As I raced towards the exit, her jumbled words rang in my ears. 3rd row, marker 17. 3rd row, marker 17. What was she referring to? I wondered if she was delirious, and if I'd heard her voice for the last time.
You are listening to Old Time Jazz here on WQRP.
I barely noticed the radio returning to normal as I made it to Zanesville, exit 153B, taking it to merge onto Maple Avenue, where I saw the bright glowing sign of the gas station up ahead, like a magi seeing the North Star for the first time. Then, a chill passed through me, because at least that part of Jenny's directions were true, and I wasn't so sure I even wanted to know the rest. I was about to turn and go inside the 24-hour mart attached to the station to use the restroom and grab a cup of coffee when I first spotted it. Only I wasn't believing it. And yet, there it was. Right across the street from the station, a local cemetery. Its wrought iron gates partially open as if expecting company. At that moment, I froze as the details Jenny had relayed to me over the last few hours came together, making all too much sense. Cold, dark, couldn't move, 3rd row, marker 17. Oh my God. I ran over there as fast as I could, over to where the rows of graves were situated, and grabbed the first shovel in sight. Then, as I made my way to the 3rd row, a preternatural wind came out of nowhere to shake drops of collected rain off the branches of the trees. I reached the marker, yet saw no gravestone with Jenny's name on it, and began to dig anyhow. I dug at a back-breaking pace, thankful that the soil was loosened from the rain, and got about 5.5 feet down when I struck a hard surface. Dear God, Jenny was alive! I took the shovel blade and struck it against the latches along the casket with all the strength I could muster.
Jenny! Hang in there!
Thank you. Thank you. I owe you my life.
Just relax. It's all over.
What can I ever do to repay you?
Everything's going to be okay.
Now I can feed.
What the hell?
I should have known. Should have seen it coming. But nobody really believes in such superstitious nonsense anymore, do they? I sure didn't. Not even when the lovely Jenny sank her teeth into my neck, draining my life from me. My soul. I never thought I'd die this way. But the worst was still to come, when everything went black. I'm not sure how much time has passed, hours or minutes, only that something terrible is happening to me. So please, whoever you are, wherever you are, if you're listening to this broadcast on the radio and you can hear me, don't tune me out. Help me. Help me. Help.
That concludes Transmission Unknown, an original radio play by Charles M. Kline. It was directed by Alan Caylow and produced by Monica Sullivan in San Francisco. It starred Alan Caylow, Annette Oliveira, Geof Goddard, and Russ Hickman. Our co-producer was Steve Rubenstein. You can reach us in care of our producer, Monica Sullivan, at srt@shoestring.org. For more information, visit our website at shoestring.org. For Shoestring Radio Theatre, I'm Geof Goddard. Thank you for listening.